there. As local business owners, we sometimes feel like we need a celebrity-sized budget to get our business noticed in today's day and age, right? Well, what if I told you that one of the most effective marketing moves that you can make in 2025 actually costs a lot less and probably is living right in your local backyard, in your local customer pool? Yeah. Oh, hey there, and welcome back to Above the Noise. I'm, of course, Christy Wilson, as you probably know. And if you are a small business owner, and that can be a local business, medical practice, e-commerce, it can be a service-based business. If you're a business owner trying to get more eyes on your brand without blowing up your budget, as I know that feeling, this episode is going to be for you. Because today we're going to talk a little bit about something that I feel is really underutilized by local businesses, right? A lot of my e-commerce brands that I work with, they are already using this quite a bit. And even my service-based businesses are using this now quite a bit as well in the form of testimonials and other customer highlights. However, I've noticed that as I'm onboarding some additional local businesses, specifically some medical practices and home service businesses, this is an underused marketing strategy, and it's called micro-influencer partnerships. And you're thinking, no, Christy, I don't have an e-com business. That's not for me. But it is for you. And we're not talking about some guy with 1 million+ followers. We're talking about real, actual people who got real results or can get real results, right, from your products or services. And we're going to talk about how you can start using this strategy today to grow your local business. This applies to those of you that have e-com businesses, that have service-based agencies, coaches, consultants. It applies to you as well, but specifically for local business. All right, so what's a micro-influencer, right? In case you're not familiar, a micro-influencer is just a creator or even a community of members with usually somewhere between just 1,000 followers and maybe 50,000 followers. They're often local. If you're a local business, they'd be local to your business. They like to niche down, right? They're very specific in that. They're trusted by their community, by their followers. And that trust is now going to be the currency for you in 2025. Because guess what? People don't really want super polished anymore when it comes to choosing a local provider. They want real. Right? So micro-influencers, they deliver this authentic feel in a way that really traditional ads just can't do it. Right? And I'm not saying we throw out the ads. I'm saying we can add these in. So why are they doing so well in 2025? In my opinion, the deal is that with the algorithm changes that have been made, this AI overload that I'm sure you're experiencing, and massive ad fatigue. Yes, I said it. Audiences are really just tuning out that loud, impersonal marketing that they're having shoved in their face day over day. They're really craving real stories from real people that they can actually relate to and say, yeah, I guess if it worked for them, it can work for me, right? And that's where your micro-influencers come in. They have a smaller audience, but typically more engaged, right? Their audience is much more engaged. Their followers aren't just watching, they're actually listening, right? There's a difference between hearing and listening, and their audience is listening. Plus, the ROI can be really big here, right? So from what I'm seeing, as well as what studies show recently, is that micro-influencer campaigns are oftentimes outperforming your traditional ads, both in engagement and in overall conversions. So that's huge. You also don't need a $10,000 ad spend budget, right? You just need the right person or a couple people saying the right thing. much less expensive. So you're probably saying, well, how do I identify the right influencers? How do I find the right ones? What do I do to get them? So here's a little mini checklist that I just gave to a local business that we are onboarding currently. First thing, like I said, start local. Think about some of your loyal customers. Think about your community. Leaders in your community is great. Or even just one client you have, one patient, one customer who's always sharing your posts, who's engaged, who really has benefited from your services, solutions, products, whatever it might be. Okay? And look for alignment there. Does their content reflect your values? Because that's going to be important, right? They're a representative of your brand. Would their audience trust their recommendation about your business? That's a big one, right? Because why are we doing it? To be able to get in using the trust currency already built, right? And then look at their engagement over their follower count, right? I would rather any day have 1,000 loyal followers who are going to comment, share, act on things over 100,000 ghost followers any day, hands down. All right, so what do you offer them? That's a big question that I get a lot of. Well, you don't need to pay thousands. That's the good news. Typically for your local micro influencers, you can actually offer, and they're very happy with, number one, free products or services. Number two, a VIP experience, right? We've done that. You can also offer sometimes early access to your launches. If you're launching new products or services, you can give a really heavy exclusive discount for their followers. It doesn't even have to be heavy, just an exclusive discount code for their followers with giving them the free product. Just make sure you make it a win-win, right? The more creative and generous you are with them, the more natural, the more excited, the more authentic their promotion will feel. Right? So super important. All right. So you're saying, okay, I have some people in mind, or I saw some people, or I saw something online. How do I reach out? So really quick outline of a script for reaching out. And you have to customize it for your business and who you're reaching out to. But something real casual. Hey, Christy, I love your content. I love the connection you have with your audience. I'm a local business owner here, and I'd really love to send you X product, or I'd like to provide you with X service to try. If you love it, I'd be thrilled to have you share your honest thoughts with your followers. There's no pressure here, right? No pressure. It's just something that I think that you'd really benefit from, or I feel like you'd really love this product, or this is something you'd really enjoy. Keep it super short like that, really quick, little paragraph, 3-4 lines. Keep it super authentic and humanized, right? You don't have to write anything specific. You don't have to get this big script out. Just keep it like you're talking to them because you ran into them on the street, right? So the more authentic, the better, because you want them to be authentic, right? With their followers, that's how they interact. So they're going to appreciate that more. Let's put a challenge out there for you. This is the same challenge I gave to this client we were onboarding, right? I'm going to give you a 1-hour challenge this week. I would love for you to make a list of 10 potential local influencers or customers or people you've seen in the community who may already love what you do, or you know they'd love what you do. And then I'd love for you to reach out to 3 of them today, tomorrow, in the next 48 hours with a custom message. Something like we talked about. Super simple, super authentic, nothing special, nothing crazy. Offer something small, but something you know that would be valuable to them. And then come back in 3 days and check your engagement, right? I think that if you find the right people, or when you find the right people, you're going to be amazed at how much it adds in addition to your other strategies, right? So you should always have a multi-channel approach, a multi-marketing strategy approach for max efficacy. However, I think you're going to see results from this. So that's it for today. Super short and simple for Above the Noise. If you find that this episode is helpful to you, be sure to subscribe, share, and let me know who your favorite local creator is in your area. Call them out, highlight them. And remember, you don't need to necessarily speak louder. You don't need to shout. You just need the right people who you can speak to or even whisper to, right? You have the right group of people. They're listening, not just hearing, right? All right, get out there, do that challenge. Let's see how it goes. Let me know, and I will catch you next time on Above the Noise.